at whatever role that they were going to give him. And IT, all he out there is for some payback, and he still got that chip on his shoulder. So it's just going to take time. They seem like they're gelling. They seem like they, putting the pieces together. I don't know if the pieces are enough for the Warriors or even Houston, but they are getting it together. And that's what I like to, see, out of the Cavs, and since we're talking about the Cavs, I told you, Philly was in the news, and these two, teams got a little bit of relevance to each other. Is that so? They were talking about LeBron being recruited by the Sixers at the end of the season. Is that really realistic? Some folks think so. They think it could happen. With Embiid and Simmons, and everything. And they're just saying, LeBron would have this young talent, around him. And he would be able to, kind of fall back a little bit and let the young guys take over. I don't know if that would work. I'm curious to see what people in the chat room will have to say about this. I'm going to give you what I don't think it would work. And here's why. I don't think it would work, in Philly. They will have, extreme talent. Don't get me wrong. But I think with what LeBron commands from his teammates and what he's allowed to do, I don't know if these guys will be really willing. I think they would at first be like, man, we're playing with LeBron. It's a circus. It's a show. Everybody always, want to, see us play and all that stuff. I don't think it would play out like that behind the scenes. We've seen what he's done to Kevin Love. We've seen how he wrote the letter and left out Andrew Wiggins. You've seen how he used to chew out Mario Chalmers. Can they handle that after being brought in to be the guy? All these guys, even Markelle Fultz. Matt Farrell says somebody needs to stay away from the ESPN trade machine. So, yeah. I know Philly would love it. They would love it. They would eat it up, especially with the Eagles, the way they playing now. If something happened with the Eagles and they say, and we get LeBron, yeah, Philly would be on fire, But I just don't think that what looks good on paper will actually roll over onto the court. You got shooters like JJ Redick, and all that stuff. I understand that. I think JJ wouldn't have a problem with it. But I seriously do think at some point, LeBron might be like, yo, these guys are not progressing as fast as I want them to progress, because he's trying to win now. He's not playing any games. He's trying to win right now. So, but it is very interesting, if he was considering Philadelphia. Wow. I really didn't think about Philly. I always thought maybe out west, or honestly at this point, he may just stay in Cleveland. I mean, if they beat Boston again, why not? You still run in the East. You still got an opportunity to get to the finals, and then you avoid all those Western Conference teams that you got to deal with. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But 9 straight, they're on a roll. So you gotta watch out for the Cavs. They're making some noise, on it. And speaking of making noise, college football rankings came out yesterday, America. Oh, let me go back. Right. Big L said something really good. He said Ben Simmons broke an NBA record 24 free throws in the fourth quarter. 24 free throws. That is amazing. That is 24. People don't even get 24. Sometimes a team may not even get 24. He got 24 by himself in one quarter. Yes, that's it. Amazing. So let's get back to this college rankings. Playoffs are, right around the cusp. Everyone is vying for it. We had a crazy, college football weekend last weekend. Sorry, Mocha Bella, but, the U got their first loss, of the season. Alabama got their first loss of the season. Wisconsin is still undefeated. Ohio State beat Michigan. So, a lot of stuff that was going on, in college football has shaped to where we're at this point. So now I'm not even going to go top 10. I'm going to go top 8 because I think this is where, the meat and potatoes is and how things will get, played out in the excuse me, in the college football playoffs. So number 8 is Ohio State. They're 10-2. We'll go through this real quick. I know you know, but Miami is 10-1 at 7. They were 2, so they dropped down to 7. Georgia is 11-1 at number 6. Number 5, Alabama, so they fell out of the playoff race at this point. Wisconsin is 4. They're the only undefeated team left in the top 10. Oklahoma is 11-1. Auburn is 2 at 10-2, and Clemson is the new number 1 at 11-1. So that brings up, there's a lot to be up for grabs this weekend because, one, Georgia is playing Auburn in the SEC championship game. So if Georgia, now they lost to Auburn and it was a beatdown that they got, if they can put a beatdown back on Auburn, then they at least make a case for themselves to be considered for the playoffs. Wisconsin, they are number 4 right now. They're going to play in the Big Ten championship against Ohio State. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say it right now. As much as I don't like either of these teams, I have to pick one, and I have to be, totally honest. I really think Ohio State is going to give Wisconsin the business. So I'm going to say it right now. Ohio State is going to give Wisconsin the business. Book it. So that's going to change. Now, can Ohio State jump 4 spots? I don't know if they can jump 4 spots into that last, because that's where they would be. I mean, the top 3, I can't see them at all, in that top 3. Oklahoma, they still got their championship game. Miami will play Clemson. That is a very interesting game as well. Number 1 versus number 7. So both of them have 1 loss. Okay. And someone's going to have, their second loss. But if Cleveland wins, of course, Cleveland. Whoa, I mentioned Cleveland winning. No. Football? No. I'm sorry. I apologize. So if Clemson wins, of course, they'll stay in the number 1 spot. But if Miami wins, same thing like Ohio State. Can they get back into that top 4? And last but not least, they're not playing, but I'm telling you right now, don't be surprised. Do not be surprised at all if you see Alabama slide into that 4th spot. I know people are going to go crazy and they're going to be saying, no, what are you talking about? Alabama's schedule wasn't all that. People said they done had a cupcake schedule, and everything. But folks want to see Alabama play, though. They did go, even though, hey, I understand what people are saying. They did lose their last game, if you will. So they went through the whole season undefeated until their last game. That's still something to be said. I'm just saying, for me, yeah, I would leave them at 5, and leave them on the outside looking in. But it's happened before the playoffs, college football playoffs started. Alabama was number 1. They lost. I forgot who they lost to. I don't know why I want to say Texas A&M, but I don't think it was Texas A&M. But they lost. And everyone said, you know what? They're going to drop, and they're not going to make, they're not going to be in the championship game. And they fell from 1 to 2. And everyone was like, what? What? So I'm just saying, don't be surprised. I mean, last year we had Ohio State and Penn State. I still say Penn State got robbed, and Ohio State, jumped them to get into the playoffs. Now they got handled, but they got, to the playoffs. So don't be surprised if you see Alabama show up at that number 4 spot. That's all I'm saying, Excuse me. I'm taking a pause here because if Wisconsin wins, do you really want to see Wisconsin play? I don't know. I don't know. Out of all these teams, here's who I will, this is just me picking 4, that I would like to see play. I would like to see Clemson in it. They're the defending champions, so I would love to see them in it. I would like to see Alabama. Mocha said Alabama is, every year is in the playoffs. Yeah. They're the team that's hated. This is what generates everyone want to watch the game. So I would want Alabama in it. I don't have a specific order, on this. Ohio State, I wouldn't want it in on it because they done got handled a few times. So I want to leave them out. And I think my last 2 that I probably would want in it, I think Miami, and just to see if Auburn can pull it off again, I don't know. But regardless, it's going to be an awesome playoffs. And we just hope, me and Lopan, just what Lopan? Oh, okay. I thought, but me and Lopan, we just, hope that it's going to be a good, great playoffs, We don't want anybody getting blown out. We saw how that went last year. Some teams got blown out, and it wasn't interesting. Now the championship game was very interesting. That was a very good, game. But we want to have something before that we can, build off of, on it. So we're gonna take another break here, and then when we come back, we're gonna jump back into the NFL, talk a little QB talk, and go from there. And we still gotta give out this last Bluetooth speaker. So we'll get to that at some point, in the show. But you listen to the Wait a Minute show with your man Jelani JB Bodie and my man Lopan. So we'll be back after this break.
We don't take orders from super fools. We give them.
Give it to you. Any and all resistance will crumble. Nonsense. There's never been a threat. Squad. Couldn't handle. It is the purpose of the Squad to align our infamous forces against the powers of good and defeat them, leaving us, the rulers of the world.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Vince Wright, the sports governor from the great state of Minnesota. Join the rest of us sports zombies on 2 Live Stews Radio. That's right, the boys are back. Doug, Ryan, and the rest of us, including me, the sports gov of Minnesota, Vince Wright, also known to the ladies as the Big Smooth. Keep it tuned here. That's right, 2 Live Stews Radio.
All music artists, lend me your ear. Looking for that hot beat to make your next hit? Go to FarrellJaroMusic.com. Tired of paying for overpriced studio time for mediocre beats? Go to FarrellJaroMusic.com. FarrellJaroMusic.com offers industry quality hip-hop, trap, R&B, and pop beats that will take your creativity to the next level. We know it's hard to find dope beats out there, so don't waste any more time searching YouTube or whack beat-selling websites. Go to FarrellJaroMusic.com today to cop the beat for your next hit. Mixing and mastering services available too. Once again, go to FarrellJaroMusic.com. That's FarrellJaRO Music.com for the hottest beats in the game.
This is #1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern on a Recap Monday doing his recap show. We're going to talk about sports, entertainment. We're going to have call interviews, on the spot calls. This is just a show that will bring nothing but passion and joy and understanding to all the listeners on the Two Live Stews